This is going to be a video of me just interviewing a few friends and family, just asking them a few questions about what they like about horror films, what they don't like, etc.
Films.
No,
Why not?
because I find them very frightening and disturbing.
Yeah, really.
Why do you like horror films?
For the thrill, more exciting than usual films.
They're okay, but some of them are a bit. I don't like them. Oh no, I don't like them at all.
Why not?
Because they scare me, and it's just like, why would you put yourself through that? Because I get like nightmares and stuff. It's like, yeah. And whenever you think about it after, it freaks you out a bit.
Why?
Interesting, I'd guess.
Why else?
Thrilling.
Yeah, I love them. I think they're really good. I really like them.
I don't really like them that much.
Why not, or why do you like them?
I think they're too gory, they're not really my type of thing. I don't like blood and stuff.
I like them because I like the psychological, like figuring out what's going to happen next.
Yeah, and I like afterwards, like the thrill effect when you can't sleep and it's like all constantly playing on your mind.
Yes.
Okay. If so, why?
Why do I like horror films?
Not particularly, no.
Why not?
I don't really like things with blood or gore in. And also I don't like being jumped, so...
I like horror films in general because they're spine tingling, they are scary, they're dark, they keep you interested throughout the film, as opposed to a rom-com that can be boring at some stages. That's about it, really. I generally like Hammer House of Horror films because they've got a bit of a comedy element to them as well as being scary.
Probably a psychological one.
And why is that?
Because I don't like blood and gore and knives and things like that. No, horrible.
I do prefer the psychological ones to the gory ones, but I'm not bothered if there is gore in.
If I liked any horror film, it would be films involving vampires, especially some of the older films.
If you had to watch a horror film, what type would you watch?
Psychological.
And why?
Because you can relate to it more, I think. I'd have to watch like a ghost one, like The Woman in Black, because like ghosts, they like fascinate me.
Gory stuff like Saw and things like that.
And why do you prefer that to other horrors?
It's more interesting.
Yeah, I probably prefer psychological like horror films. And I'd watch them with friends at sleepover to have fun.
Well, if it was a psychological one, and if I was forced to watch it, probably for the sort of suspense, and obviously if it's a really good story.
For the actors in it, if there's a good actor in it. If I like was forced to.
Yeah, I'd probably watch it because of the actors. And yeah, if I watched the first sequel of the film, I'd probably want to carry on and watch the rest and compare them.
Are there any particular reasons why?
Not particularly, I wouldn't go on my way to watch them.
Oh, okay, so you wouldn't watch them for a particular actor or someone?
No, other than the fact that Peter Cushing was part of the Hammer House of Horror series of films. He was always renowned to be a very good actor in that genre.
Sort of like the effects.
Yeah, I like the adrenaline, like when you're watching it. I think it's really fun.
Yeah.
Like sitting there not knowing what's coming. I like it. And like watching it with loads of friends is just like
It's funny, yeah.
Yeah.
Then you can like play tricks,
Especially at night and stuff.
For the thrill.
Any like actors or anything?
Yeah, I like if there's good actors, if they've got good ratings, if I know already that it's going to be a good film.
Why would I?
Yeah.
Fun, I guess.
And who would you watch a horror film with?
Friends.
Probably my youngest son. because my husband would just be horrible and make horrible noises and scare me even more.
I wouldn't watch a horror film with my wife because she doesn't like them. But I'd probably watch it with my youngest son.
Would you watch it with your family?
Probably not. Maybe with my brother.
Family. Perhaps a friend as well.
Okay.
Your friends. I can watch it with my friends. I'd have to have like some big protection with me, like my duvet, my dog, or maybe like some sort of bodyguard. I need a big protection.
I probably wouldn't watch it with my friends. Well, I would, but they don't really like horror films that much.
My friends, I wouldn't want to watch one on my own, probably.
Why not?
I'll just get too
Would you
scared.
watch them on your own?
Yeah, occasionally I guess.
And who would you watch it with?
Friends. Friends probably.
Why would you watch it with
And
friends?
parents.
Probably friends, just because like you're all kind of the same age and you're kind of.
I'd never watch it alone.
No.
Just no.
So, from the information I got from taking these interviews prior to making the horror film, the target audience would probably be, in my opinion, edging towards the male population rather than the females. This was because, although some of the females said that they don't really mind horror films, the majority were against them because they did not like certain aspects of horror genre, e.g. the sort of the gore or like the tension, whereas the males weren't as bad and didn't seem to mind whether or not there was like blood and like ghosts and what have you. Although many of the males weren't really very interested in the gore type, like the gore genre, they preferred other aspects of the horror. Another reason why our film would be better suited to males is because of the fact that ours is sort of reasonably gory and not as much sort of psychological. And from the interviews I noticed that the females who did like the horror, they said they only really seemed to like the psychological ones as opposed to the more bloody and horrible ones. If I were to aim our film at a specific age of males, it would probably definitely be the younger generation, probably around sort of 18 to 25. The main reason is because I know that my dad, the man I interviewed in this, wouldn't go sort of out of his way to watch a film, like a horror film, at the cinema especially. And like he said, he wouldn't go out of his way to watch them. And talking to him, it doesn't seem like any of his friends would either. Like I asked him about his friends, and they said that no, they wouldn't really. They'd watch it on TV if it came on, but they weren't really too bothered. This is different, however, because I know that for a fact the younger males I interviewed, age 18 and 19, would definitely go out their way and go to the cinema to watch a horror film with sort of a group of friends. I know we have a couple of times we've been to the cinema to see some horror film. The younger generation are also much more likely to arrange an evening where they will go out and watch a scary film, like a new release. So this will bring a lot more sales to the box office as opposed to if the target an older audience who aren't sort of, well, not necessarily, but aren't seen to go out as much to the cinema and stuff. So yeah, that's what I collected research-wise from those people.